The last entry in my journal is dated 3 days from now. I didn't write it. The handwriting is mine. Same slant, same angle on the capitals. Same habit I have of pressing too hard when I get to something important. But I was asleep when it was written, and what it describes hasn't happened yet. I'm writing this down now before it does. My name doesn't matter. What matters is the job rural mail delivery, Route 9, out of Harmon County, Nebraska. 40 miles of county road, flat farmland, the occasional grain elevator, a truck stop that closes at 10. I leave the depot at 4:15 a.m. By the time anyone normal is awake, I'm already halfway done. I started keeping a journal about 18 months ago. Just something to stay sharp. My therapist suggested it after the divorce. Write things down, process them, get them out of your head and onto paper. I got into the habit every night before bed, kitchen table, 10 or 15 minutes. What I saw that morning, what I felt, what was worth remembering. The route runs the same every day, and I found something grounding in that. A life pared down to familiar roads and honest words. It helped. For a long time, it helped. March 4th, cold, clear, half moon sitting low on the western horizon. I was 12 miles out on the road, just past the Hollis grain bins, when my headlights swept across a man standing on the shoulder, tall, completely still, facing the road. At 4:30 in the morning on a county road in the middle of Nebraska, that alone is unusual. No thumb out, no wave, no car parked on the verge. What made it stranger was how completely motionless he was. Not the stillness of someone cold and tired, but the stillness of something that doesn't need to move. Just standing in the beam of my headlights, watching my truck go past without once turning his head. I wrote about it that night. I called it strange but not alarming. Looking back, that was a mistake.
March 7th, he was there again. Same spot, same posture. I stopped this time. You don't just drive past a person standing alone in the dark at 4 a.m. and not at least check. I rolled the window down and asked if he needed help. He walked toward the truck, slow, unhurried, and stopped about 10 feet out. I couldn't read his face in the dark, but I could see he was wearing the same jacket as before, way too light for the weather. He said he was fine. Said he was just waiting. I asked what he was waiting for. He said, for you to get comfortable. I put the truck in drive, and I didn't stop shaking until I hit the county line. I started taking an alternate road after that. That is when the journal started to change. On the morning of March 13th, I opened it to write the previous day's entry and found 2 pages I had no memory of writing. They were in my handwriting. The date at the top was that morning, March 13th, hours before I'd even gotten up. The entry described my route in specific detail, including a turn I hadn't taken yet. Then it described a man in a light jacket climbing into the passenger seat. It described what he was wearing. It described the way he sat facing forward without looking at me, and what he said when I asked where he was going. I sat at that kitchen table for a very long time. I drove the route with the doors locked. He wasn't at the Hollis spot. I almost convinced myself I'd written those pages half asleep, that grief and stress were doing something to my nights. Almost. March 17th. I checked the journal before leaving, nothing new, and did the full route with no sign of him. When I got home at 9:40, I opened the journal, and there were 4 new pages, written while I was gone. They described things that had happened that morning, a deer I'd spooked at the Mercer Road junction, the exact color of the sky over the Hendricks property at 6:08. Then it kept going. It described me pulling over at the Hollis Beans. It described me unlocking the passenger door from the inside. It described what he said when he got in. It described his face. I closed the journal and pushed it across the table and sat there in the kitchen with all the lights on until it got dark again. I have the journal with me right now. The last entry, the one dated 3 days from now, is 3 pages long. I've read the first 2. I know what he looks like up close, the pallor, the wrong angle of the jaw, the eyes that don't catch light the way eyes should be. I know exactly what he says when I finally stop the truck. The pages describe it all in my handwriting, every detail, every timestamp, and every entry before this one came true. All of it exactly as written. I don't know how to explain it. I've stopped trying. I've been holding the journal open for the last 20 minutes, sitting in the dark at my kitchen table, and I cannot make myself turn to page 3. Not yet. I drove out at 4:15 this morning. I told myself I wouldn't stop. But when my headlights found him at the hottest spot, same jacket, same stillness, one hand raised the moment he saw my truck slow. I was already in park before I understood what I was doing. He walked to my window. He pressed himself against the glass. He said my name, my full name. He said he had been patient. He said it was time. He said he wrote that last entry so I would know what was coming and not be afraid. He said I should read page 3 before I made any decisions. I am writing this on my phone right now. The journal is on the seat beside me. The window is fogging from his breath on the other side of the glass. I have not read page 3. I don't know what is stopping me. Maybe I already know what it says.